Welcome back once again. Bob the Vape and Computer Guy here with a vlog for Tuesday, February 16th, 2016. Just had a bunch of things on my lists here, and here's a new thing I've been reviewing. I'm getting ready to review for you guys. This is the SMY Touch Box. Got to do that when I'm looking at it. No? There you go. All right, so I'll let you know about that. Having a few issues with it, but that'll be coming up in about a week or so, and let you know what's going on with that. Some news articles that I saw here recently I'm going to share. I don't know if this is true or not. This one comes from brobible.com, and I think this was something from a Reddit post. It's called "Dad Tries to Stop Teen from Vaping by Replacing Liquid with Something Absolutely Disgusting." So apparently this father wanted his son to stop vaping, so he peed in his eJuice bottle. Don't know if it's true or not, but you know, again, this is not something that affects vapors one way or another, or pro or con for the vaping industry. This is just a funny little article here, so I'm going to post that there for you guys to take a look at. Couple of next vape shows coming up. It's the middle of February, and as spring comes, we start getting closer to having some vape shows. I don't know how many of you go to them. I went to 1, 2, 3 last year. I guess 3. And I like going to them. I like being able to, you know, pick up stuff, new tanks I haven't seen, stuff that I haven't bothered to order online. You know, when I see something online and, you know, you start to realize your budget's getting a little high. When you go there with a few $100s in your pocket, it's easier to spend it and pick up what you want and not feel as guilty because it's a one-time thing. But a couple of vape shows I want to let people know about in case you didn't. On, let's see, this is on the weekend of March 19th. 19th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. There was 2 vape shows. One is the VaporSlam in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I went to that last year, and I think that was my favorite show. It was just a nice show. I enjoyed it. It was the first vape show that I went to last year after the New Jersey and Niagara Falls shows. Well, before the New Jersey and Niagara Falls shows, and it was a great show. Really enjoyed it. Picked up a lot of juice there. But the problem is it's a 10-11 hour drive from me from upstate New York, so it's quite a bit of a drive. A lot of vendors that I deal with and who send me some stuff are going to be there, so I would like to, you know, be able to go there and speak to them. But then I saw that there's also at the Foxwoods Resort and Casino in Connecticut, which is only about 3.5 hours from me, there's VapeNorthEast 2016. So it was a toss-up. What do I go to? Which one do I want to see? You know, do I want to go to what I think is probably the better show in North Carolina? I don't know how this one in Connecticut would be, or do I just want to drive 3 hours and go here? So just going to their site and preparing for this vlog, VaporSlam, it looks like they added VaporSlam New York, June 24th, 25th, and 26th. Let's see if it says where this is. Syracuse. So Syracuse isn't too bad. Syracuse is about 3 hours from me as well. So it looks like I don't know if that'll be as good. I hope it is. I used to live up near Syracuse, so a little familiar with the area, though that was 20 years ago, so more than that. So, yeah, so I'm going to put links to all 3 of these shows: VaporSlam North Carolina, VaporSlam Syracuse in New York, and the VaporNorthEast at Foxwoods Hotel and Casino in Nantucket, Connecticut. I forgot where it was, something like that. So I'm going to put those in there for you guys, and yeah, let me know if you're going to any of those shows, and if you know of any other shows in the East or Northeast coming up this summer. Post them, and I'll be sure to put them in the next blog for everybody else to see. What else going on here? Getting close to 1,000 subs. I think I'm at, was it like 927 last time I checked? Let's refresh that. Come on, come on. 930, look at that. Went up since a couple hours ago. 930. Trying to put some more stuff together for giveaways at 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm not going to give away like a bunch of things to one person. I'd rather do a bunch of separate giveaways, give more people a chance to win something. So I like doing that, and I thank the vendors who have sent me stuff. To be able to do that. That's wonderful, being able to give away some products to people. As those of you who've won stuff in the past know, I pay for the shipping myself. I usually just throw it in a priority mailbox wherever you are in the country. Within 2 days you get it. But our wonderful post office also recently raised shipping rates 30%. Used to be like $5.45, I think, for a priority mailbox, and now it's like $6.80. So that's, what can you do? But I'll still do that. I'll still be glad to throw that in those boxes and get things out to you fast, so you're not waiting a week if you win something to get it out to you. Something caught my attention watching. I'm way behind in watching other reviewers' videos. I just haven't had the time lately, and I always seem to get interrupted every time I want to sit down and watch for a while. But something I guess it was a couple of weeks ago in Grim Green's vlog that he mentioned right off the top, and I said, yes, absolutely, I have to remember to say that to people. In case you're not used to posting videos on YouTube, after you've done editing and compiling your video and you get it into the format to upload it, you send up this 1080p video file, which can take, a half-hour video could take a half hour to an hour just to upload. If you click publish, what happens is the second they're done receiving that video goes live for you, the viewers, to see at 360p, horrible quality. And they're slowly processing it, and then comes out the 480p and the 720 and the 1080p. But it takes a little time for them to do that. And they do a great job at it, considering how many videos are being sent up. It doesn't take that long. It could take a few minutes, could take an hour before they get the 1080p version out there. But once they do, it's up. But if you're one of those people who get the notice that there's a new video and just jump on it, you're going to get that 360p video. So the option is either for me to upload it, but not hit publish for a little while, give it a half hour, an hour, and then hit publish, and then boom, all the different qualities available at once. But a lot of times you start uploading the video and you put in your comments, you put in your thumbnails, you hit publish, you walk away. And then it might take an hour to upload, then it might take an hour for them to get out the 1080p version. But I don't have to sit here doing anything. So if you're sitting here, you can play with it if you remember, or just throw them up there and publish them when they're ready. But a lot of times you just put it up, hit publish, and it just does the whole process at once. So if you're getting a 380p video, you just know that is because it is not finished rendering the full resolutions. Okay? That's probably about it. I've been noticing, watching a lot of people, Grim Green again, talking about temp control, and I realize I'm really not using temp control at all. I mean, I don't find myself using it, and I'm starting to wonder if it was a fad, and I hate to say that because a lot of people are going to say, what are you kidding? I use it all day long. That's all I use is temperature controlled, I just find I don't use it as much. It was when I first started with temperature control a year ago, I thought it was wonderful. Started using it, no dry hits. It's beautiful. Once you start sub-ohming more and you're at 0.2, 0.4, and you're building your own and you're doing it more often, you start to realize you're not getting really as many dry hits because you know what you're doing. You're knowing how to wick properly. You're knowing how to prime your cotton before you start vaping. When you're vaping, you just can taste and can sense when it's starting to get a little low or when there's an issue. And you just start to figure out the right temperatures to vape everything at and really not get many dry hits. I haven't had dry hit in many months, except when trying some new stuff and testing some coils. But I find I'm really not using temperature control much. So I was curious what you guys thought. If you were using temperature control a lot, what do you use primarily? Are you just on variable wattage? Are you on temperature control? And if you are on temperature control, what are you using? Nickel, titanium, or stainless? When I do temp control, it's nickel, just because I have a lot of nickel and it's easy to build. But I find I really don't use it much. That's about it. You saw my last video. If you saw my last video about DIY, saying that I feel for simple things, simple juices, I'm really enjoying it. I'm making some nice juice. What do I got in here now? I mean, again, I keep going back and forth playing with stuff, but this is my strawberry vanilla custard, and it's great. Love it. It's my all-day vape lately. I'm sure I'll get sick of that soon, and then I at least make something else for pennies. And it's wonderful. But the complex flavors that eludes me. When you see recipes and people having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different juices to make something up, that's well beyond my palate of being able to distinguish what works well together. good example. My wife loves watching those cooking shows, those competitions. You know, they'll have 4 people and they make an appetizer, and then one gets kicked, and then they make an entree and one gets kicked, and then you got 2 making a dessert, and then somebody gets picked as one of those kind of things. But the way it starts is they get a basket, and it's just 2, 3, 4 different weird ingredients in there. They'll give them peanut butter, you know, and lemons and pickles, and then say, you know, make something out of that. And I realized when I watched that, there is no way on earth. I mean, I would just eat those as individual things. There's no way I could ever think, oh, maybe if I mix it with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it'll taste like this. My palate doesn't do that. So complex DIY is not working for me. And I'm not going to try and come up here and teach any and say, oh, this is what you do, because there's many, many people out there much better at it than me, and I'm not good at it. So I will continue to share any tips that I find. And stuff like that. I'm gonna, put together a list on the next vlog. I'll try and say, okay, this is what I found works well for me, and here's some common mistakes I made. I'm gonna try and do that kind of stuff. But beyond what I did in the first video explaining about what to get, there isn't much more I can tell you other than to start mixing. Start mixing things together. Take some strawberry, take some vanilla, put it in there, see how it comes out. If you fit too much strawberry, put a little more PGVG to dilute it. If it's not enough, you add some more. If you're not tasting the vanilla, try adding some more. That's pretty simple, obvious stuff. So that's the basics of the DIY. I think, one thing I'm learning is a lot of flavors that you think need steeping actually get weaker or worse with steeping. I noticed that with the strawberry. I'm using the Flavor Art strawberry, which is wonderful. I love it, but it's really good in the first few days. And then it actually gets very weak after that, and even adding more to it doesn't seem to improve it. So I make smaller batches, enjoy it, make another batch a week later. But if I leave it there for a week or 2, it actually loses a lot. So there you go. That's as far as I know so far with DIY. So that's about it. So let me know what you think about these different vape shows that are coming up, and curious who's attending what, and if there's any others that I'm missing in the Northeast or East Coast coming up that I don't know about. There was a couple of other articles, man, I can't find them, things in the vape news lately. There's one out there, if I find it I'll put it in the comments. It was like the fears that vapors have, and I think it was more of a parody. Not a parody so much as just trying to be funny. Saying, how we're all afraid, the things we're afraid of. And it was like, your battery dying, running out of eJuice, things like that. And it seemed silly, but it was almost written like this, like the writer was trying to be serious about it. So I'll see if I could find that and put that in there. I think there was another one about somebody burning themselves on the battery, but of course they blame the device and say these things are unsafe. And that really upsets me, because it's not anything with power in it. Is people are on these hoverboards, which are not hoverboards, these hoverboards with wheels, and they catch fire. They have powerful batteries in them. It happens. So I wish they would just be accurate, but if we had a media that reported things honestly and accurately, it would be a totally different country than it is. Media is very biased, despite what this, the whole ethics of a reporter is supposed to be to report the news. But they don't. They put their own opinions into it, and they try and slant things one way or another. And most of the articles, as we know about vaping, are slanting them that it is bad, which is ridiculous when you consider the alternatives of smoking. So anyway, those really bug me. So if I find any more of those, I'll put them in there. But like I said, please help share my videos. We're getting close to 1,000 subs. And I'd like to be able to do some giveaways. So I'll see what else I can put in there for you. And like I said, next video probably will be this one on this touch box. All right, get my nice little picture there. It comes with a picture of a woman on there. I changed that right away because I don't want my wife to see that. She get annoyed by it. Let's see if you go to settings. No, I'm not going to show it to you. That let you watch the next video for that. Display. Choose wallpaper. Let's see. There you go. See? Little girl there. All right. I can't leave that up. My wife would say, what am I walking around with a picture of some woman on there for? All right. So I'm going to leave it on my my box. But I'm having some issues with this. So if you were thinking of getting one and you want to find out what those issues are, you're going to have to watch the next video. All right? Thanks a lot, and I'll speak to you soon.